Hello students, Sai Ram. Let us continue with the same chapter, chapter number 5, Lines and Angles. What have we learned? Let us recall what we have learned in the previous session. We recall that a line segment has two endpoints. A ray has only one endpoint, that is its vertex. Then we have learned a line has no endpoints on either side. Next we have learned an angle, how an angle is formed. An angle is formed when two lines or rays or line segments meet. And then we have learned about pairs of angles, and these are the conditions. Two complementary angles, measures add up to 90 degree. Then two supplementary angles, measures add up to 180 degree. Two adjacent angles have a common vertex and a common arm but no common interior. Then we have learned about linear pair. Linear pair should be adjacent and supplementary. When two lines L and M meet, we say they intersect. The meeting point is called the point of intersection, and the lines are intersecting lines. When lines drawn on a sheet of paper do not meet, however far produced, we call them to be parallel lines. When two lines intersect looking like the letter X, we have two pairs of opposite angles, and they are called vertically opposite angles. Now here we have learnt about transversal also. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines at distinct points. Here you can see this is a transversal. A transversal gives rise to several types of angles. You can see these all are various types of angles which are formed by a transversal on these two parallel lines. This red colored, you can see this is a pair of corresponding angles. Then this orange color angles, you can see they are the pair of alternate exterior angles. Yellow color angles, you can see these two, they are vertically opposite angles. Then green color angles, you can see this and this, they are on the same side of the transversal. They are co-interior angles and they are green in color. Here by the color you can understand they are on the same side and they are interior angles and they are co-interior angles. This part, this one I am showing you, these two angles are co-interior angles. Then this angle and this angle, they are alternate interior angles. You can see this on the left side and this on the right side. So they are alternate to each other. So this is all we have learnt in the previous session. When a transversal cuts two parallel lines, we have the following relationships. First, we have learnt each pair of corresponding angles are equal. So here you can see these are the corresponding angles. There are four pairs of, this is the second pair. They are corresponding to each other. This is another pair and this is the fourth pair. So there are four pairs of corresponding angles. They are equal. They are congruent, means they are equal. Then we have learnt each pair of alternate interior angles are equal. So you can see here, this is an example. These two are alternate interior angles and they are equal. Here also if I draw one angle, this angle will be equal to this angle. So they are equal. Then we have learned each pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal are supplementary. Here you can see sum of angle 1 and angle 2 is 180 degree. They are co-interior angles and their summation is 180 degree. but the opposite is true as well. If corresponding angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. If alternate interior angles are equal, then also lines are parallel. If sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal is 180 degree, then the lines has to be parallel. Now we will do the remaining questions of exercise 5.2. Till question number 4 we have done. Now we will be doing question number 5. So let us read the question. In the given figure, you will write all this question in your notebook, in your maths classwork. In the given figure, the arms of the two angles are parallel if angle ABC is equal to 70 degree. You can see here it is marked angle ABC is equal to 70 degree. And you then find angle DGC. That means we have to find out the measure of this angle. So now we will see how to solve it for parallel lines AB and DE. So we will see this are the two parallels AB and DE with transversal BC. Now this is the transversal, which is, if you extend these two lines, you can see this is the transversal which is cutting these two parallel lines. Now here angle ABG is given as 70 degree. So as we know that when the lines are parallel, and this is the transversal, so the corresponding angles are equal. So we know the measure of this angle ABG is equal to angle DGC, and in bracket we'll write corresponding angles as they are corresponding to each other. So we know the measure of this angle 70 degree. So that we will write below this 70 degree is equal to angle DGC. So therefore angle DGC is also equal to 70 degree. Now the second part of the same question, we have to find out the angle DEF. Now this angle we have to find out DE. You can see here you have to find out this angle. Now for parallel lines BC, and now we will see this are the two parallel lines BC, which is this is one line and this line is extended. You can see these two are parallel lines, and the transversal is DE. Now we will write angle DGC is equal to angle DEF. That means this angle is equal to this angle. They are again corresponding to each other. So they are corresponding angles. And just now we have got angle DGC is also equal to 70 degrees. So we'll substitute the value here 70 degree. So angle DEF is also, you can see angle DEF is corresponding to this angle. You can see these two angles are corresponding to each other. So this angle is also equal to 70 degree. Therefore, angle DEF is equal to 70 degree. And here in bracket you have to write corresponding angles. Now the next question, next part here, this is the question. In the given figure below, decide whether L is parallel to M. This is question number 6. Question number 5 is over. Now question number 6, first part. And this is the figure given. And we have to find out here whether L is parallel to M or not. These two lines are parallel or not. Now for L and M with transversal, you can see here this is the transversal. For L and M with transversal N, you can see angle 1 and angle 2, they are the interior angles on the same side of transversal. And we have learned that the angles, now here we are going to now here they have given the measure of the angles. We will substitute the value of the angle, whatever is given, because we have to find out whether these two lines are parallel or not. So first we will add and we'll see how much we get. So angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 126 plus 44 degree. And 126 plus 44 is equal to 170 degree. It is not equal to 180 degree. So as sum of internal angles on the same side of transversal is not 180 degree, therefore lines L and M are not parallel. If they would have been here equal, then we would have written here line L and M are parallel. As we got 170 which is not equal to 180 degree, so lines L and M are not parallel. Now here Again, the same part in the given figure below, decide whether L is parallel to M. Now we have to find out this line is parallel to this line or not. And here the value of the angles are given for lines L and N. Now we will see this line and this line N. You can see here these two angles, they are vertically opposite to each other. Angle 3 and this is angle 1. And angle 1 is given as 75 degree. So angle 3 also will be 75 degree because they are vertically opposite to each other. So angle 3 is 75 degree. Now for lines L and M, now we are going to see these two lines, line L and line M with transversal N. This is the transversal. Angle 2 and angle 3, you can see here angle 2 and angle 3. They are the interior angles on the same side of transversal. So their summation should be 180 degree. If we want to see whether they are parallel or not, we have to add and see whether we get 180 degree or not. So let us see how to do the next step. And their sum, so we will write angle 2, this is angle 3. You can see here this is angle 3 and angle 2. Angle 2 plus angle 3 is 75 degree plus 75 degree. And 75 degree plus 75 degree is 150 degree, which is not equal to 180 degree. So as sum of interior angles on the same side of transversal is not 180 degree, you can see here it is not 180 degree. So lines L and M are not parallel. Now third part, here you can see again we have to find out whether line L and M are parallel or not. So first this is the angle given 57 degree. We will take this two angle first. So angle EGB plus angle HGB is equal to 180 degree. You can see it is forming a linear pair. So 57 degree plus angle HGB is equal to 180 degree. So angle HGB will be 180 minus 57, that is 123. So here it's written 123. We got this 123. You can write here 123 degree. Then the next step we will write like this. Again the same figure is drawn for lines L and M with transversal N. This is the transversal. Now we will write angle CHG and angle HGB are alternate. You can see these two angles are alternate interior angles. And this we got 123 degree. And this is already given in the question 123 degree. So as angle CHG is equal to angle HGB and which is equal to 123 degree. Since alternate interior angles are equal, so what does it show? That line L and M are parallel. Now children, this is the fourth part of the same question number 6 of exercise 5.2, which is your homework. In the given figure, this is the figure given, decide whether L is parallel to M. So we have to find out whether L is parallel to M. The way I have shown you, you will do this in the same way in your maths notebook. Now children, this is very important. Remember that exercise questions, you will draw the figures which is given in the question, you will draw the figures and write the solution in your maths classwork notebook. So this is the end of the lesson. Hope you all have followed the lesson. Thank you.